Okay, what we're going to look at just now is a continuation of the overall equipment effectiveness that we'll call it OEE Part 2, and something very important which should be a part of every job startup or new review of processes, that we're going to do production preparation process, the 3 Ps. And both of these together really puts the team in control, or at least they got what we like to call the game plan. And so production preparation process and OE can truly make a world-class game plan. It's no different than in every good sports team we know. They just don't let things happen. They get more and more to be sort of a scientist of the game. They study the game. And so we set the goal, we outline the plan, and we work as a team to win at customer value. Okay, so first let's think of the new idea, which is the 3P, production planning process. So as in Lean, in every part we have a process for helping us do things consistently and systematically. The application of the 3 Ps, or production planning process. But the daily 3P is simply a pre-job team planning session. So we collect up all of our written material, the sales order, the work order, our playbook. We take a quick look at it, we share with it, and it should be used to prompt us all or engage the whole team in a discussion and dialogue of what's coming up and making sure everything's ready. We also want to use the collective wisdom of the team, the experience, to do a quick review of what we learned in the past, problems that we head off, and then of course what we can do to make things a little bit better. And so the daily 3P is that pre-job team planning session where we consider those past lessons, and we do this in a systematic way. And this is where we apply our 6M systems review that orients and systematically takes the whole team through thinking about, well, what about manpower ideas? What about the machinery and equipment ideas? Any materials issues? What about the methods that we're using? Are we up to speed on those? What about measurement, which is a big issue, as we all know? And of course, Mother Nature, or really the environment that we're working in. And what can we quickly adjust to make this value stream process even better than it's been in the past? Now, there comes a point in time that we've gotten so good at our science reviewing this process that we use a 3P to sort of do a clean sheet approach. We just decide, because we have so many ideas that we know we could improve. We have the engineering people and customer value thinking that's working in here, that we say, let's just start over and think this thing from beginning to end and totally rebuild this thing. So we catalog the customer needs alongside our process experience, and then we let our team design a whole new process. This is really a Kaizen at this point in time. And we do this and challenge ourselves from end to end. Okay, let's go back to overall equipment effectiveness. We looked at in a big picture framework before that we wanted to have understanding that our equipment is ready to produce, it's capable in producing what we want it to do, and then we are meeting the customer specification. But just like in anything else, there's what we call the 6 big equipment losses. In Lean, we drill it down and take it down further and subdivide things so we can study it. And the number one thing we look at, of course, is just breakdown. What's causing these failures in our equipment that's causing our process outages? And we take those apart, we analyze them, we prioritize them. The setup adjustments. When we just get started, or before we get started, we've got to set the equipment up. This is a known area of slowdown. What about small stops? Various reasons. We don't have materials in place, or someone moves off the equipment and moves on it that's not familiar with it. Whatever reason, we have these stops and we have to wait because we can't continue to produce work. And then we have times that we reduce the speed. Conditions have changed in the process, or we didn't anticipate those conditions, and so we have to slow things down. We have bad material, or we have something, in the environment that changed, or we have to put someone on it that doesn't quite understand what's going on. Whatever the reason is, we look at why we have to reduce speeds. Then it's not unusual that when you first start up, things are not fine-tuned or zeroed in, and we have rejects that are based on just starting and stopping. And so we want to figure out where these are and what's causing these. And then we have just overall, the machine's running okay, it seems like, but we're getting rejects off the equipment. Well, this is as bad as breakdowns, really, because something's wrong with the equipment or something's wrong with our process that we can't produce sellable product. What a big waste that is. But so as you can see, we've broken this down now into a more refined set of reasons on why we lose from our equipment, and we want to study that and catalog that, and then to prioritize what we're going to do to fix those items to improve our process and the creation of customer value. So with PPE, production process planning, and OEE, overall equipment effectiveness, these are our tools for our value stream team to take charge, real charge of the process, rather than just letting things happen. We as a team, in our wisdom and experience, share our insights and ideas as we prepare and collectively outsmart our process problems. So again, when we really get into applying the principles and the practices of OEE and production preparation process, we literally become process engineers, process scientists, to study and understand more and more about our process and what makes it work and what's getting in the way of our value creation for everyone's benefit, especially our customers.